Welcome to the Code Behind, where we're going to take a look behind some complex software solutions and we're going to make the complex easily digestible. We're going to take a look behind the scenes here at some of the more complex systems that we have created and look at how we've architected them and how we've done the engineering on them. So the first one we're going to take off here is take a look at a system, and what it is created for is to be a very complex email and SMS communication system. Now I'm going to show you here the process flow that I created. So this is something that is created by our shop. Normally we start off on a whiteboard and are going to map these out. Then we're going to start building some of the components to it and come to a couple revisions of it. Now a lot of people think, well, is this something that the AI can use? And I had that same idea going, I wonder how AI would tackle this same problem. So what I did is I fed what we had built, so our requirements, what we architected, and fed that into various AIs. I fed it into DeepSeek running off of Perplexity, off Perplexity Direct, off of ChatGPT, and off of Claude. And I fed it in, and actually DeepSeek did a pretty decent job at starting the flow. But one thing you'll notice here that it did, it created it at a much more simplistic layer. So it converted it into a format where it assumed that we were using and doing everything with make.com. Nothing wrong with Make. We like Make. Make is great for those solutions that are very serial or linear, where you're going step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is great for some solutions. But what we typically are building these days, especially use of AI and data models and everything, like what I had in that diagram, some of those components are not just serial, step 1, 2. You may be step 1, step 5, back to step 2, step 4. And the reason for that is you want to build a system that is able to be repurposed and used, in our case, for multiple clients, multiple brands, and to take that investment. So we're going to invest thousands upon thousands of dollars in time to build these systems, and we want to maximize the return on investment for it with our own systems and with our client systems. So we don't want just a once and done, but that's where make.com, if you were doing a once and done, might be able to fit the bill, but not here. So one of the concepts that we do next after doing the whiteboard initial is we take and say, what would a human do? So if we were going to do this, the human might take an Excel spreadsheet, might take those list of phone numbers, upload them into a third-party dialer, then put the content in there, and then create the SMS. So those are the type things that we start off and have the workflow, again, in a make.com format, type situation where you're going step 1, 2, 3, 4, but then we're going to take and look at it from a processing model where we're doing things in parallel, not just step 1, 2, 3, 4. We're also going to look, because we're building systems to scale, are we able to run these systems in parallel and have it do parallel processing, especially as when we start doing things where we're manipulating images or having it create content. So I also fed into the AI, and I will say the AI was able to think a little bit about it, but it wasn't able to come up with the type of concepts and think as heavy about parallel processing as a software engineer does today, especially one who builds parallel processing systems. So that's a case where it was a little lacking, but I fed it in more of the details. You'll see here I created a little bit of a layout using a third-party type of format that I knew it would understand to try to get to create diagram of what I wanted to do, and it was able to then come up with a more complex diagram, but still it wasn't to the degree of what we do from a software engineering standpoint. It was kind of funny if you look at what I fed it there and look at the outcome, it replaced Perplexity AI with DeepSeek, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty slimy. So I have to say I was a little disappointed in DeepSeek and it going in and manipulating what I was looking for from the outcome, and not going at my direction there when I specifically told it what AI to use. But I'm not going to just flag DeepSeek on that. I did have some of the same type of thing where over on Claude, when I gave it some information, it also did recommend also some Amazon services. So you have to take into account the biases of some of these LLMs today when you're feeding them in the content.